The opinions expressed by Keith Elliott and his guest do not necessarily reflect the official policy, position, or opinions of RE/MAX, RE/MAX Olympic Realty, the National Association of Realtors, Virginia Association of Realtors, or the Greater Piedmont Area Association of Realtors. The opinions shared on this show are not intended to be a forecast of real estate market patterns, future events, or a guarantee of future results, and may be subject to change based on other conditions and economic factors.
Hi, I'm Keith, and today I'll be talking to you about the importance of getting pre-approved for a mortgage loan. We all know about the ongoing problems in the finance industry, right? We hear about it every day in the news. Lenders have been dictated by the government to tighten up their lending standards. This in turn has created tougher lending guidelines that banks have to adhere to before issuing a homebuyer a new loan. Ironically, it was only a few years ago when those guidelines seemed irrelevant. No-doc loans were popular, and you could literally have someone claiming that they made $150,000 a year as an international chef, when in reality, that loan applicant only made $14,000 a year and worked at Taco Bell. Now this is a bit of a generalization, but I hope you get the idea. Those type of loan applicants were out there getting loans, and none of their information was being verified. Well, a lot sure has changed in the industry since then. So much so that even the folks who have good paying jobs and want to buy a home now can't because they can't get financing. So what can you do ahead of time to see if you meet these new lending guidelines? Well, unless you're planning on paying all cash for a new home, it's best you schedule a meeting with your lender of choice and get pre-approved for a loan. This will ensure there are no additional requirements you have to meet in order to qualify. And if you do need to take action to have something corrected on your credit record, you'll know exactly what needs to be addressed. You'll know what you need to do to fix the problem and hopefully have time to do it. Let me just take a moment here and briefly explain the difference between getting pre-qualified and pre-approved, because there is a big difference. When a home buyer gets pre-qualified, a mortgage professional will take some initial information from you over the phone, such as how much money you earn, how much debt you have, how much money you have access to in your savings, your checking, your 401, and other investments. They're going to ask you about your opinion on your credit. Do you believe it's good, bad, or excellent? They're also going to ask you what you currently pay for your living expenses, your utilities, and so forth. With this information, they'll run some quick calculations, and then they'll give you a figure that you could possibly qualify for. Now this is assuming you have good credit and no blemishes in your credit file. At this point, without doing any real fact checking, they'll take you at your word and they'll toss a figure out. Now when you get a pre-approval, that is taking this process one step forward. Here they will expect you to complete a full loan application. They're going to pull your credit record and they're going to verify all the information that you provided to them. Again, assuming you meet their lending criteria, they'll issue you a commitment letter. Now this commitment letter will state the amount you are pre-approved for. It will be subject to a specific interest rate, and it may also contain other requirements such as the home has to appraise for a specific value. The terms in this letter may only be valid for so many days. The advantages of being pre-approved first before you start your house hunting is you can focus entirely on a home in your price range that you know you can qualify for. You won't be disappointed in your search if you find a great house that you want to buy, but later discover you can't qualify for it. But after getting pre-approved, you do find the home of your dreams. You won't have to worry about whether or not you qualify. You'll already know. You follow me? Okay, so now you understand why it's important to get pre-approved first. What type of information will your lender want you to start the pre-approval process? Generally speaking, they'll want to see the following: your name, your current address, social security number, the name and address of your employer, how long you've been there, and who you report to. They're going to want to know your current salary, and they're going to want copies of your pay stubs, maybe even tax records, tax returns. You'll have to describe any other income you receive. That could be from rental properties that you own, investments, retirement, disability, child support, alimony, Social Security. The names and addresses of any banking institutions you deal with, along with the corresponding account numbers. They're going to want a list of all your creditors that you work with, their account numbers, the payments you make, and the balance that you have on those creditors. If you're a veteran, they may ask you to provide your letter of verification of eligibility or your DD-214. I know a lot of this can be overwhelming, and I'm not trying to stress you out, but if you take your time and you pull the stuff together, you'll be just fine. Pull together what you can from what I just mentioned, and then find a mortgage lender you trust doing business with. Each mortgage lender is different, so you have to find one that you can work closely with, that you like, and you can work through all the remaining details. Okay? If you're a member of a credit union, a good place to start would be a credit union representative, or maybe a representative at your neighborhood bank. They can put you in touch with the right person and get you started on the loan process. In closing, I just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day to watch this video. I hope that it helped you understand how important it is to get pre-approved first before you start looking for a new home to buy. If you've had any experiences related to this topic, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to send me a private message or leave a comment down below. Have a great day.